What's going on, Ephesians 5:25 fam? So I get asked often by close friends, how am I doing? How is life? Life is awesome. Life is fantastic. It's poking right along, as my dad would say. But, I sometimes get asked, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on the affair partner? And I say, what do you mean? They're like, well, what made him just move quickly? I said, well, I would imagine that she, my ex-wife, or wife-to-be, she was in a covenant marriage with me from June till late August. And if you look at the date on those pictures on the shorts, they are in August, when we were together. So I would imagine she turned around to him and said, I would marry you tomorrow if you asked me. I got the same line in 2021. So he hurried up and got married to her because he knew I was in the picture. And so he knew he was committing adultery. She knew she was committing adultery. And what better way to say, well, we met in the summer of 2025 than to say, I scooped up this guy. God knew what I needed better than I did. No, madam, as we've talked about before, God's not going to send you a single man when you're in a marriage covenant. On top of that, he knew he was committing adultery, and so did she. And the most wonderful thing about this entire facade of fairy tale, of fakeness, is that God saw it, more importantly. And eventually will pull the rug straight out from underneath them both. He doesn't honor blasphemy. On one of the posts that somebody told me that they saw was Mark chapter 10:9, which says, what God brings together as one, let no man separate. Well, they both fit the profile under the category of Mark chapter 10:12, which talks about the adulterous woman leaving her partner that God blesses her with to be with another man. Really, that's what they should have put under their wedding photos. So, but yeah, that's, do I look at that and worry anymore? No. I used to, and then I was like, why am I letting this consume me? It was a choice they both made. It was a choice they both knew they were committing adultery and blasphemy. So let God deal with them. You put a smile on your face and keep rocking your life. Because life for me has gotten so much better. Like ever since last year, ever since October, ever since November, December, and January, God has been amazing. Like he hasn't stopped. He has not stopped blessing me. He has not stopped showing me there's a different path, and we're both on it. I got asked today by a friend of mine. She said, if she were to walk, say like you're out and about, say you're at a park, James. I said, okay. And she pulls up, she gets out, and she says, hey, can I talk to you? Would you give her the time of day? I said, I would. I would say, hey, pretty lady, was what I used to call her. But would I give her time? Yeah, I'd listen to her, and I'd hope she'd listen to me. But if not, God wouldn't arrange it. But she knows what she's done, and that's the funny thing is that this fairy tale facade that she's living, oh, I love you so much, or blah, 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 or, whatever they post, I wouldn't know. I can't see it. But God saw it. And God's not fooled. When he agrees to a covenant and blesses you with one before you get married, and some bozo comes in and locks up with your wife or wife-to-be, and then she agrees by opening the back door to your farmhouse, yeah, that's adultery. And they both knew it. And it's sad, and you've got to it's not funny by any means, it's a serious situation. But you've got to pray for people like that and let them give them to God. And that's exactly what I've done. And I think that's why God has honored every prayer I prayed. And there are blessings for me that await, so I'll have to share maybe another time. But right now I'm going to enjoy them. And we're just going to rock life. And then when God's ready for me with somebody else, then I'll be ready. I love you. The Lord loves you. Take care, everybody.